internships are an integral part of your MBA journey. They give you a chance to experience the work culture of the company beforehand, solve the real-time issues the company is facing, and actually see your ideas get implemented. And if you perform well, you even get a pre-placement interview offer or a pre-placement offer directly. But the question is, how to get ready for summer internships to give our best. Hi guys, I'm Shivani Saxena and welcome to my channel S for Shivani, a one-stop destination for all your MBA needs. In today's video, I will be talking about two aspects of summer internship preparation. One is before you get to know what your project is, how you can groom yourself, how you can learn, and second part of the video will be on once you get your project title and deliverables, how you should go about them. Before we move ahead, I just want to request everyone who is watching the video to like the video, and if you have not already subscribed, then please subscribe because it gives me motivation to make more videos. Now I will start with the strategy which you should have before you actually get to know what your project is. I'm going to tell you a list of tools and skills which you should be aware of and which you should spend some time learning before you actually go for your internship. First thing, a very hygiene skill, and that is you should know how to work with PowerPoint presentation, and you should know Excel up to intermediate level. By intermediate level, I mean that you should know what to do with the data set that is with you, how to use pivot tables, how to analyze data and look for patterns and trends, how to put them in the form of a dashboard and link all the individual tables through slicers. Because I've seen that this is a common topic which has been going on and on since my time, since time of my seniors, that किसी ना किसी को dashboard बनाने का task ज़रूर मिलता है, and even if that is not the full project, one of the deliverables can be on creating some sort of visualization for the data set that you're working with. So इसलिए make sure that you are aware of all these. There are videos on my channel, go check them out. Second thing is you should be aware of certain concepts like customer journey mapping, creating personas, how to work on your timeline by using a Gantt chart, and then creating budget. Irrespective of what your project is on, these are certain common you can say concepts or models or frameworks which come very handy. So make sure ये सब आपको पता हो. Make sure you have downloaded or created your own Gantt chart template so that you can put across whatever planning you are doing, how you are phasing out your project for over the 2 months in the form of this Gantt chart. Next is you should be aware of various primary research techniques from where you can create the survey templates, how to share them, how to analyze the responses, how to capture the responses and your observation discreetly without the shopkeeper or wherever you're going noticing about it. And you should know that when it comes to making budget, how to do the cost estimates. So there are two important sites. One is India Mart, wherein you can get the cost of all the raw materials or everything on a wholesale rate, which you can which you can include in your budget. And second site is called Media Ant. So if you're planning any promotional activity, whether it is about marketing, whether it is about some HR, or whether it is about doing something for your vendors, it will help you capture the cost of each of these activities. So right from covering the out of home advertising to the rates for various social media posts, everything is available on Media Ant. Then you should also be knowing how to do social listening as to what your employees, what your customers, what your vendors and clients are feeling about your company or brand. And for this, you should know how to do a basic sentiment and emotion analysis without using Python. There is a video on my channel, go check that out. And lastly, I say that you should know a little bit of video editing. So let's say if you're working with creating a new product or making a new policy, you should be able to capture or give a teaser at least of the impact that is going to have. So to make your presentation stand out from that of your other interns, you should do something of this sort to give the people a visualization as to what your recommendation is going to look like. So I recommend you go through a website called Powtoons. You have ready to edit and ready to use templates there. You just put in your text, whatever you want, delete or add slides, and then it will automatically create a video out of it. If you want to make a video from scratch, then there is a website called Pixabay wherein you can get copyright free video clips depending on whatever theme you are planning to make it on. Just search that in the Pixabay site, download the clips, use a simple mobile editor like UCut or InShot to merge all these clips and make a video. Lastly, one very important side is a lot of time you have to do a lot of secondary research as well. So you might be wanting to read cases or research papers. So one very important site for accessing these papers is academia.edu. So जो भी HBR cases भी which are usually paid for वो आपको easily available नहीं होते हैं, you can still find some snippet or some aspect of those cases on this website. So make sure you create an account before you actually go for a summer internship. Also, if you are in marketing, then make sure कि you know how to work with quick templates, posters, visiting cards, manuals, social media post templates on Canva. So Canva say life has become very easy and you can actually produce really good quality of posters using that. So make sure कि आपको थोड़ा बहुत idea हो how to use it. Now coming to the company where you're going to intern. Make sure you know the company in and out. And the best way to do it is download the annual financial statement and the investor presentation and go through it. Have a look at the profit and loss statement, balance sheet, the future projects that the company is going to take up, the chairman's vision, which is usually the first thing that comes in the financial statement, is very important. It will give you an insight as to how the company has performed in the last year and what its future initiatives are going to be. If your company doesn't publish financial statements, then there will be some articles on, let's say, Economic Times, on Money Control or other such sites. Make sure आप ये सब पहले से पढ़ के जाओ. Third thing, knowing about the products of the company. By products, I mean you should be knowing the complete range, and then you do some homework of your own. For each of these products, make a persona as to who the ideal customer of that product is going to be. What is the positioning of the product? What are the various SKUs or variants of that product? How are these, whatever your product stands for, how is that being communicated to the customers in form of ads? So YouTube पे simply search ad जो भी आपको देखना है and उस product के सारे ads आप पहले से देख के जाओ. And lastly, just have an idea as to how that product is performing and if the company is, figuring out to extend the product line or if it is figuring out to discontinue that particular product. So just have a general idea of all these things. Fourth thing, revise all your academic concepts, frameworks, and if possible, carry them with you whenever you are going to a different city so that तुम ये सब पहले से refer कर सको. It is a common observation that if you're able to create a link between whatever you have learned in theory and whatever your actual project is, and if you show that well in the form of a proper structure in the presentation, whoever your panelist is will appreciate it because they will know that whatever you have learned in your curriculum, you are actually implementing it. Now the key here is you should not just be knowing about your own subject but also about other subjects. Let's say if you're going to launch a new bike. Now you should be knowing about the sales and marketing aspect of it because that is like the main thing. You should also know what will be the incentive that will be given to the dealers to push that, and then design an incentive without actually affecting the financials of your department or whatever the budget for this particular project is. Then you should also know that once some new product is launched, the sales staff has to be trained on selling it. Now here comes a little bit of HR and learning and development models. Make sure तुम्हें थोड़ा बहुत idea हो कि कैसे क्या चीजें होती हैं. Fifth point, talk to people who have already interned at that company. So it could be your college seniors, super seniors, जो भी है. And if you feel that that company is, it is not a regular recruiter and it has come for the first time, then find people on LinkedIn. I am sure you will find someone who will be willing to solve your queries. Now, when you talk to them, try to treat them as your personal mentor or a buddy, so that you can go back to them with more questions during the internship as well. And try to understand from them what is the philosophy of the company, what are the practices they prefer and what are the practices they do not prefer. So these were the 5 things which you should do before you get your project title. Now coming to, once you receive your deliverables, title and the name of your mentor, what you should be doing. First thing, सबसे पहले you should yourself understand what your project is. Even though it might sound very technical, very fancy, very tough terminology used, just break it down into simple parts and do some of your own research. So I'll tell you what I did. I first of all went to the nearest dealership of Bajaj Auto and I acted as a mystery shopper. I inquired about a bike and I made my observations from end to end. Since my project was basically on let's say in-store branding, so I also visited 4 other stores of competitors and saw whatever campaigns they have, how is that being translated in the form of in-store branding, and I made my observations. I discreetly clicked some photographs so that when I make my first contact with my mentor, I have an understanding of what my project is, and actually I can present a 3-page report to him or her saying that this is what my basic understanding is, this is the groundwork that I have already done, and now you guide me further. Second thing, now let's say you're interning in company A and there are your batchmates who have companies from the same industry. So they are different companies but from the same industry. So basically your competition companies are also visiting the campus. Make sure that you have a really good bond with those fellow interns as well, and make sure that you're always helping each other out during the entire course of 2 months. Third thing, now once you are done with your primary research, now it is time to contact your mentor. The HRs usually send an email ID and a contact number. Make sure तुम्हारा first contact हो that is through an email, because let's say if you go to office after 2 weeks, you can always refer back to that email and reply on it to say that you had already contacted and this was the conversation. Now key things to note here are, firstly, introduce yourself well. Tell about your background, your college, your hometown and every other basic aspect of yourself that you want to convey. Secondly, tell them about that this is the topic which I have got, these are my deliverables. Third part, add your opinion on your topic. So whatever primary research, mystery visit or whatever you have done, tell in a small paragraph that this is what you think. And fourth part of this email should be you asking them to fix a call or take out some time from their busy schedule to discuss it further, so that if you have to do some homework before you actually go there and start your internship, you have some time to do it. And even after even after your internship starts, make sure तुम ऐसे weekly basis पे you send some emails with whatever work you have been doing, ताकि एक written record रहे and your mentor can always refer that email to track your progress. Fourth thing, now once you have done the first contact with the mentor, you start working on your project. Don't stress much because मेरे पास 2 महीने रहेंगे पूरे करने के लिए, but थोड़ा बहुत you can start working. So let's say you can make a PPT template. So let's say you need to have a lot of infographics in your PPT. You need to have a nice background to your PPT. So keep finding all these and downloading and creating a folder ताकि तुम्हें time consume ना हो ये सब चीजें करने में बाद में. So I'll tell you a site called Slide Carnival where you can find ready to use templates. Just check that out. Now let's say if you want to use some infographics, some symbols throughout your presentation, there is a website called Flat Icons. You can even use the inbuilt PowerPoint templates that are already there. Once you click on create a new presentation, and then there's a search box, just type in whatever theme you are looking at and it will display you a lot of inbuilt presentation templates. And my last tip is very important one. So this is something which we realize once we are there in the office. The company laptop which you will be getting a company dongle as well. Usme lekin a lot of sites are restricted, so you will not be, let's say, able to explore certain blogs or open social media, even if your project is on marketing and you require to visit these websites. So what you can do is carry your own personal laptop, carry your own personal internet connection, so that you can always switch to this, so that you are able to do your secondary research. So I personally actually spent like 2 days buying a dongle, setting it up and all that. तुम पहले से ही अपना कनेक्शन का जुगाड़ करके जाओ ताकि तुम्हारा कोई भी टाइम वेस्ट ना हो. So that was it from my side on preparing for summer internships. If I talk about myself, I converted the first company that came to the campus, and I even got a pre-placement offer from the company, so I did not have to struggle much regarding the placements. If you have any doubts regarding your preparation, regarding once you go there as well, I have been helping a lot of people as a mentor, as a buddy. So जो भी तुम्हें समझना है तुम समझो, and you can always approach me. You can also tell me what you feel about this video by writing about your doubts or any feedback in the comment section, and make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. All the best for your internship, guys. I know you are going to rock it.